and sat in my chair. Okay. Yeah. I will call the May 16th, 2025 board meeting of the city IDA to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from March 27th meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, it's been moved to approve. So second.
A second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Treasurer's report.
Go over the treasurer's report. We have cash on hand of $771,136. As you'll see, very little year-to-date activity. Some of the properties we purchased last year, they're still in the tax roll. So we have some property tax expenses, and then just some accounting and legal fees, the accounting for our annual audit. So let me know if there's any questions.
Questions? No. We'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And then the third item is 354 Edison Avenue, the acquisition and blight removal. So the first item is resolution 706-25, the seeker resolution with no significant effect on the environment.
Yeah, I'll give you an overall summary, and I know Ray will want to chime in as well. So, yeah, the city IDA has done a terrific job of really identifying some of the most problem properties, whether it's the Chubby's convenience store, where we now have the library in Mount Pleasant. We were just talking about the golf course, and Tommy Nicky did the parlor, and we helped. We're working with him on the former fireside right now, and it's a really important role for the IDA. The Broadway Commerce Park, which really cleaned up, and this is before my time, but really cleaned up that entryway into the city. It's been a tremendous revitalization. A lot of successful businesses there, from industrial businesses to Marcella's. I just keep thinking the cheesecake bites. What was it, Carnegie Deli, and that group, Old World Provisions, and it's happy businesses doing good work over there. But there's this one problem property that's just been there forever. 354 Edison. It's used as a single room occupancy building, and it's just continuously creating code violations, police calls, fire calls. And the local businesses have said that the spillover from that building has just been detrimental to what they're trying to do. Someone comes in, wants to buy a nice kitchen set, or contractor wants to do a nice kitchen set. They go to Marcella's, and they'll have people from this building walking in, partially closed, under the influence. It's just been a horrendous experience. With Ray and Scott's leadership, worked with the city to tell the landlord that things needed to change. And I think we all identified the best solution was for him to get out of owning the building. He agreed to sell it to the IDA, and we'll move forward with abating and demolishing the building in partnership with the land bank, which already has a land demolition bid ready to go. So and the building is in tough shape, but it's just really it's an industrial zone. It doesn't belong there. It's not a good place for folks who need assistance to live. And really the best thing we can do at this point is just take it down and then market that site for what would be the right use there: industrial, commercial, warehousing, and things like that. So the three actions: one is to do the environmental review, resolution 706-25. Again, this is a positive result for the community. No anticipated environmental issues. 707-25 would be to enter into contract to purchase the property for $380,000. There's three different parcels. The one at 354 Edison, if you see the map on the second page of the memo, has the building. And then there's two neighboring parcels. We're working with the owner to acquire all three. Resolution 708-25 would authorize us to enter into a intermunicipal agreement with the Capital Region Land Bank and Metroplex. The best thing we can do is just go and see how much this is going to cost to be demolished. Put it in a package together. We'll get economies of scale, and we'll get very competitive bids. I don't anticipate it being more than $120,000 to demolish it. Hopefully the land bank has some funds that they can contribute to it. If not, we'd use city IDA resources as part of that agreement to take it down. We have the cash on hand, and again, a good project, and creates a development site.
Just 68 police calls in 2020, 79 in 21, 64 in 22. That is more than one a week, and they're serious. I mean, you think about like your street, you had a house that more than once a week, there was a serious enough incident for the police to mobilize. It is just a disgrace. The owners have evaded the city, avoided being served for years. People have tried to contact them. We finally were able to, with the great support of the city police, code people, the city, the mayor, we brought this gentleman in who his mother owns the property and his mother owned the property. And it was a very tough meeting at City Hall just because someone is going to get killed at this building. We don't even have the fire calls here, the EMS calls. So it's costing us city taxpayers a small fortune every year to service this building because of the neglect of the landlord. And Schenectady's just not tolerating this anymore. Famous case on Hamilton Hill where they find the landlord's almost $800,000 and they're going to sell those properties and the city's going to move beyond that. The Chuck's Pizza situation, others. We just can't tolerate and more than the money, more than the blight, it's the danger to our the men and women that work in police force and the fire department and EMS. It's just unbelievable. So we basically called this, finally got this owner to appear at City Hall because the city, if you drive by this building, there's a big sign that says it had to be vacated, had to be vacated on an emergency basis. They posted that sign prominently in front of the building and then finally got the landlord to come in and meet with us. Some tough negotiations. He did the right thing. We agreed to sell it. And just got to get this out of there. We have a pretty cool in-city business park down there. Marcella's, Griffin Greenhouse, Old Provisions, FW Webs, big time company. Armando, we do a lot with them on some of the streetscape stuff.
They just did the kite project in
The
the
kite project, on there.
That was
So there's
really
some really good businesses down there. As David said, they're constantly bothered by the police call, the constant kind of this building. And we're very happy that the owners agreed to do the right thing. So, and let's get going. It's just, it had to be vacated. Someone is going to, we're lucky there hasn't been a fire there. A ton of residents get killed through police fire. So,
Was it a reasonable sale price?
yeah, actually, when you look at what things are going for in the city right now, this is a 25-room SRO. Single residency occupancy. It's a fairly big building. 375 is, we think it's a very 380. Excuse me. We started at 370. We had to make one concession, but 380 is, I think, is a fair. And we get the 2 lots with it. That's the key. So we're getting a pretty big parcel. We're hoping to be able to sell that and develop it for another business in the business park down there. That's not the primary reason we're doing it. We're doing it to eliminate blight and deal with the safety issues, but. Based on recent sales, that's a competitive price.
Yeah, if you were based on the income approach, it is valued high. And if we were to try to use condemnation or another tool that we could have to just take the property, the fair market value, we feel it would be that about that amount, and then you would have to pay significant legal costs. So this is the most efficient way to do it.
How quickly should they be able to do the demolition?
Well, we're going to get a number pretty fast. We have to get in there. We've been going back and forth on the contract. Hope to have it signed, if not today, early next week. And then we'll get our asbestos survey and our other environmental due diligence done. We'd like to get it done, by the end of the summer.
It's part of the land bank demo bid that's going out either today or next week. So it's on the list of demos.
Yeah, Kristen's been very helpful.
Really terrific job by the land bank. Kristen, that forward. This is, I mean, we cannot imperil businesses like Marcella's. It's just a huge contributor to Schenectady and many others down there because of this constant police fire and EMS. Police chief is over everybody. Is happy. They have better things to do than.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so we have three resolutions related to this. So the first one is 706-25, which is the seeker resolution. I'll entertain a motion to approve
I'll
that.
make that motion.
Okay, second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
The second is resolution 707-25, which is the authorization to purchase the property and take related actions.
I'll move that.
Okay, thank you. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And the third is resolution 708-25 to enter into an intermunicipal agreement to demolish the property.
Oh,
Motion,
sorry. Motion.
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. So is there any other business to come before the IDA?
And then do this.
If you want to say hi to Omari, who's at the front desk. Excuse me, he's a student at the Schenectady School District. He's been an intern this spring, and it's part of a program that he's involved with in the school district, trying to teach new skills and you know, how to be in a workplace. So happy to have him, and you know, again, really appreciate your support.
Good. All right, I'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.